Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. And in this video I want to briefly talk about my Arrma Senton, which I bought as a Mega, and I've been converting it to a brushless. And yeah, we've had a few issues with it along the way, and just going to try and, as quick as I can and informative as I can, to cover a few points. So let's start by taking a look at the car. So as you might see, it's a little bit dirty. We have been taking it out and about, we have been running it. So whip the lid off, took it over the pot, muddy. Anyway, so now what is going on? So I had previously installed e-tronics motor, which must have burnt out because it just got totally seized up and stiff. I can only think of that it wasn't torquey enough. Well, my first impression was it wasn't torquey enough to drive this car, since it is a bit on the heavyish side. However, I put my Castle 4-pole 3800 kV in, running with the Castle, which is an older one, but running with a Castle ESC, and again it's a bit lackluster on pull off. So I'm thinking, like, that's a bit peculiar. It's got good mid-range punch and a reasonable top speed running on a 15 tooth pinion, and yeah, so when I've actually looked in, I've changed the motor and it still doesn't have good punch. So I thought, oh, it must be maybe my punch settings on the ESC are not turned up. So I've got like a little programming card for this, because this is quite a little bit of a fiddly little so-and-so to tune in otherwise. So yeah, it turns out that the motor was up all but one from the top, and the punch was totally turned up to the max. So inexplicably why it's just a bit lackluster on pull off, especially with this motor. I mean, this is enough to get anything going mostly. So that was weird, and the only other thing I can think of on that issue is I'm going to change it over for another one, which is a slightly newer Sidewinder ESC, which is the one I bought it with as a combo. So we'll give that a go and see what happens. That's all I can say on that. So yeah, now also what happened was, where are we? I over tightened, don't know if you can see that too well, I over tightened the wheel with my super duper F1 style wheel gun. And I forgot to put the torque setting on, so yeah, we totally sheared that off with a nut. So, but anyway, so mechanically wise, this is almost done in terms of mechanically transforming it to the BLX version from the Mega. So we've had to, I don't know if it was any different or not, but I bought a new drive shaft. It comes with this little bit here. This bit screws in. It's got the bearing that you slide on over it halfway across. You put that in. So yeah, and what's interesting, oh, I bought a new back gearbox here that was complete with the 54 or something, I don't know, 54 tooth pinion, as opposed to the other one being like a 90 tooth or something ridiculous. But the pitch is totally different on a tube, so I guess, I don't know. My intention was to buy it and hopefully just switch over to a brushless motor and job done, but that didn't really happen. So yeah, just quickly we'll talk about these just ever so quickly. So this is the difference you'll see between, this is the one that comes with the BLX version. This is the inside the diff, what do you want to call it, diff ring, differential casing. Anyway, and this is the one that comes on the Mega. Having said that, that one's a bit weighty, but nonetheless. So you'll see that the pitch on the teeth are just totally different. So yeah, and the out drives, or whatever, the import gears, I think these are called, aren't they? So these on the I haven't got one, I only got 2 of these. These are metal on the BLX version, and I've had to install those as well as all part of it. But also you'll see that the lids for these now, they're quite chunky for that, as opposed to that being rather narrow. But anyway, so all in all, this sits up quite a little bit more chunkier. Now these are the yokes, the diff yokes, which if you've got the bearings on, that was sitting there like so, and if you've got the other bit on, you'd pop that over there like that. You put the input gear in like that, and you put that over the top like so. Anyway, so yeah, let's get to the point. So I found that, like, with this like that, for some reason it's preventing it from turning nicely. It's kind of dragging. So if you look, I made a bit of a pickle of it, but I've used my shaky. I've used my Dremel to groove it out. There's like on this one, this side, there's like a on when you buy these or whatever, there's like a little lip there, like in a circular shape that this should sit into. However, it tends to rub and grind a bit, so on all of them I've filed that out, so it has gone. And the other side, when you buy it, is just totally smooth. But one, as I say, one of them's got like a little groove there. So that's the talk about the divs. And just while I'm here, as you can see there, not all are equal. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these gears, but you know, for some reason they don't work. You know, when you do it all up, it just crunches and too tight. So I've had to buy new ones of them twice over. You know, I don't know. They say it's a good car, but you know, it's not all made. It's not all made to the same spec, if you ask me. So anyway, now mechanics to say, mechanically wise, it's almost done. So the only other thing I've got to do, which I ordered, is I don't really necessarily need to change this. It's just this red bit here that I require, the stronger servo saver. So really, I don't know, I might just whip the whole lot out and stick that in and save me the hassle if it's easy. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so all but electrical. So the servo, we still got the standard Mega servo, which is weaker than the BLX version, but I'm going to change that eventually. As I say, we're running my castle thing now, which I'm going to change, so we know about that. Now, something else happened, as I say, so I'll just shift that to one side for a sec. Now I'm going to put the camera down. There's like behind, to get this out, oh damn it, to get this out, it's like a 2mm screw and behind it, so you have to get like a little Allen driver like this down there, and there we go, and unscrew it. But it's rather tight, put in proper. Anyway, so when you take it out, you have to pull this bit. When you unscrew it, you have to pull this bit out to fit a new one of these in. As you can see, that one's broken. But however, there is no inside there. There's like not much of a inside here, there's not much of a depth gauge or anything like that, or no indication to tell you whether you've gone down in too far or if it's forward too much. And it's really tight, it doesn't move easily, you know, it takes some real brute force to get it in. And so, you know, it's not the easiest thing to move, you know, what was happening is when I do the wheel up, it's like too tight and the wheel won't spin free, it's just compressing, so it's obviously in too far, so I pulled it out and it's too far out, and you know, it's just not nice. They should put like a, you know, maybe make it longer so as that when it sits into the base it goes to where it needs to be, or put some kind of a line around there, so you know, line around here or something, so you know like exactly where it needs to be. You know, that's a bit of an issue. I find a lot of issues with this car when you come to, it's alright driving it and owning it and saying, yeah, mega, you know, Arrma's tough. Yeah, well, maybe so, but so tough that it's a bit of a pain to work on at times. So we've also not crashed it. We somehow when I opened it up, we noticed that this was busted as well. I don't know how that happened. The front hub carrier. So I've got the other bit to it. It's broken there. I don't know if you can see. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and glue that back together. But I've got another one on order anyway. So yeah, that's as quick as I can and as much as I can information on what's happening with the Arrma Senton. So anyway, that's it for now, and thanks for watching. Cheers.